Sippin Sounds Part 2. Back in business. The gang is back in town. You know what I mean? Since I think it's been 2 weeks since the last episode. Um, Anybody want to give up the vibe? What's everybody sipping on this episode? Start
I
out
am
with.
sipping on yet again wine, but peach this time. It's a little peach cran wine trick that y'all gotta really peep. Here's the thing. The secret is within your ability to mix. If you feel like you can mix a peach drink of any kind with another peach wine, go ahead and do it. If not, don't. And if you don't drink and you just want to sip on something similar, get something a little bit like white peach cranish and go with that. And you're good.
Facts.
He's a veteran in the game. Veteran in
I'm
the
not.
game.
Whoa.
Do not listen to this guy about me and my drinking.
He's a veteran in the game. That's why he made 4 albums already. So all that drinking led to 4 albums. Fifth one coming soon. So
That's crazy work.
what about you,
So
Jewel? What you got?
I'm sipping on some hot chocolate, Silver Souls today, you know. I made it with milk. It's very good. I have marshmallows.
It is getting cold outside, so it's about that
Which
time.
is the theme.
Winter's coming.
Winter is
Winter's
coming.
coming. The theme of this episode is winter's coming. And that's the sound of the beat that we'll be playing later
Hey,
on. Winter's coming.
I'm just sipping on my tea because I just like all the tea that will be spilled. Because we're going to be talking about the state of R&B. Real love, right?
Yes.
We're
Real love.
how did we
I'm
how do
content.
we how do we get into this? That we had this conversation like last week or something about on the phone. You're like diving deep into Usher again, or like you're listening to Confessions Part 2 or whatever.
These are my confessions. Yes. I was like listening to Confessions. Well, that song specifically, but the album too, like heavy. No, like trust. I was not going through nothing. I genuinely just like the
Right.
way that album sounds.
Right.
So I was just listening to the album, right? I like. Do you know what Confessions Part Two is about? Like, I was not. I have not gone through that,
Uh,
bro. So,
I don't
trust and
know.
believe. I have no kids, so I'm not going through what he was talking about.
You made it
But
sound pretty believable.
I did rage bait them, acting like I did that. Like, but no, I've not had. But that's what started the conversation, pretty much. At least me speaking to you about it was
Yeah.
like me listening to that album and realizing a few things about the state of R&B, which is something I think about constantly, actually. But like, it hit different with that. Like, uh, while listening to that album, I was like, oh my God, R&B is in a, I wouldn't say irredeemable state, but in a scary state. Like, scary, scary. But we talked about it then. We will talk about
Yeah.
it more
I
deeply
just
too. Yeah.
we could go jump off the deep end right away. I just like I feel like shit has changed a lot ever since like obviously Drake and then Weekend, then Bryson Tiller with the whole trap soul shit, and then everybody's kind of just copy and pasting from there, from content and shit. It sounds like everybody's just writing about getting played. Like that's just how it is with the R&B songs now. But not only that, like I think we talked about it. Like nobody even got vocal range, like an
No, they
Usher
don't.
or
So
or
Well,
this, yeah, yeah, pretty much. Like the issue that I've had with R&B since the Trap Souls and the Drakes and everything that came out of Toronto sound and akin to it was that those guys who don't have vocals kind of went down that lane and it's just creepy. It's like they intentionally try to do this like weird dark sounding thing that's going on. And personally for me, it's like hit or miss to the point where it's like might as well not even ever hit. And then you have the opposite side of that, of people who can do some vocals, which I've seen, and I swear they all just sound like Chris Brown, but like in the most terrible way, in the most like I feel like the ones that do have vocals a lot of the times, and this actually doesn't really apply to a lot of the more, I mean, a lot of the women in R&B. This mostly applies to a lot of the male artists that I've been seeing, but um, a lot of these guys that do have vocals, it's so muddied by a lot of the vocal effects or like the vocal chains that they use to the point where it's like I don't even know if it's necessarily just them or the guys that they have mixing their music, but it's bad. It's just like it's bad. It just sounds like commercials. Like that's basically how I can describe it. Like R&B sounds so commercial to the point where now if you look at it, R&B isn't R&B. It sounds like just pop, which is
Yeah.
crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Crazy because what does R&B stand for? Rhythm and blues. Like it's supposed to have that blues aspect. So I don't have a problem with people talking about getting played. That's a huge part of R&B. It's supposed to be about, I mean, it can be about love, but usually when there's so many times where you're like love a song or there's like a hit song, especially R&B song that people talk about, and you'll find out later like, oh my god, that song was about being cheated on. Oh my god, that song was actually about somebody in love with like a side piece or something like that. That's the point of R&B. Like a big part of R&B is that it's expressing something that isn't necessarily positive sometimes,
Mm-hmm.
but like in terms of relationships,
It's
and
very
it
like
plays on that. It plays on that in a way that it like tugs at you, thinking that it's a love song, but really what they're saying is something completely different. You have to see the undertones. It's not
Right.
necessarily that it can't be love, but it's finding love in awkward places sometimes. So I respect that. That ain't what we're seeing nowadays.
Mm-hmm.
We're seeing toxic just be toxic.
And
That's not the point.
another thing I'm seeing now is like a lot of like melodic rappers are like basically trying to be like R&B more. So you have your Rod Wave, your Rilo Rodriguez, your even like Lil Baby's trying to get into that shit. So it's like it's it's just getting even more convoluted with its sound, and it's I feel like it still all stems from that Toronto shit from Drake and all of that. To me, at least. I could be wrong.
No, blame Wayne. See, the biggest reason why Wayne got Drake a part of his crew was because Wayne heard that, oh, this guy can not only rap but he can sing. And listen, that's great because now we don't got to pay the R&B chick to do her R&B thing anymore. The R&B guy to do his R&B thing anymore. We just put him on both the hook and both vocals or the verses. He was looking at it from a business perspective, and this is huge because I don't got to pay somebody for this verse or steal the shine of this individual in terms of like the billboards is what the billboards are looking at. And that was Wayne's doing completely. Blame him, blame him, because that's what he did
He
when he
put
set up
him
Drake
on,
this
so
way.
yeah.
And it's
Yep.
like when you look at it that way, that's like I said, that's one huge aspect of what R&B has become because of that. And when you really think about it, when it comes to Drake and the guys who followed him and stuff like that, so many of these y'all don't have vocals, so you can't sing. You don't sound like Mary J. You don't sound like Keith Sweat or anything like that. And not to say that a lot of the R&B guys in the past were like just, oh, they're just so talented vocally. I mean, that's why a lot of them went to groups. But that's why a lot of them went to groups because they knew they didn't have the vocals. They
Mm-hmm.
didn't try and cheat it with shit. And that's what I'm seeing a lot of the times. They're either like trying to do this weird, like in between thing, or they try and do this like vocal chain that try and just uplift whatever they're doing. And I'm like, you do know we still hear that you sound horrible, right? Like you don't sound good. I would never say that you sound good. You know you don't. You're just bullshitting right now, and you know you are. But that's not like again. I didn't say it was irredeemable. It's not the end of the world that R&B is in this predicament because realistically, I mean, if you look at rap, it's kind of in a very similar state where it's lost its identity to a lot of the newer chain, I guess sounds that come from it and stuff like that. And I mean, I guess that's a bigger topic on just genre in general, just kind of dying. But when it
Yep.
specifically comes to R&B right now, it's in a very weak state. I feel like it's just pointless because you might as well just be pop. A lot of you might as well just be doing pop, and then the ones that like R&B isn't pop. It could be popular music without being pop. I know that's like what the genre, that's what the word pop music means, but that's not necessarily what the genre is. And it doesn't have to be that. And it shouldn't have been that. And no one wanted it to be. But again, like I said, that is that's a personal take on it. But realistically, I think most people would agree that it's generally in a weak state because of a few things. Number one, what happened to albums? We don't have albums like Confession anymore. We don't have albums like what's the 411?
Fucking
We don't have
Destiny's
albums
Child. What was that one? It had
Destiny Fulfilled.
yeah, Destiny Fulfilled. Yup.
We don't have Destiny Fulfilled
Monica,
anymore.
Brandy.
We don't have Monica's anymore. I mean, albums. We
No,
don't
but I mean like
have.
that yearning aspect. I just feel like it really just reflects the times that
Hold
we're
on,
in
yearning.
terms of relationships and things like that. I feel like we really lost the art
Yeah,
within the
whatever
past
happened?
like
Whatever
10
happened to
years.
like albums like this? Like this? Like
Yeah.
where's this?
But like
Crazy,
nobody is
crazy.
having that same passion no more, and I think that's one of the like that's a contributing factor as to why we feel like R&B
Or
is
like
kind of like in a
Aaliyah? You know what I
weakened,
mean? Like
yeah, is in a weakened state.
I feel like Aaliyah was the only yearner you just mentioned. Monica was talking about bad exes, and TLC did not like anybody.
I
that's true.
mean,
They're
okay,
toxic as
they
fuck.
were
They're
they were
burning down
kind of
houses and shit. So I
Now
they're
they were
they're
done
kind of
wrong, but
spitting.
that's what their
They're kind of
albums was
spitting
about. Like that's what I was saying earlier.
those
That people
scrubs.
think R&B is about love, and it isn't. Like
I mean, it doesn't
it
have to
can
be.
be
It could
obviously,
be,
but like usually it's like literally not about that. Or if you look at it, it's poetically speaking about how love was lost because of a certain thing.
but
Aaliyah was a yearner though.
it doesn't feel like
real yearner
nowadays
for
R&B
sure.
also. It doesn't feel like it takes that same. I don't know. I feel like that essence is lost.
Besides SZA, who else is like keeping that shit alive? And I guess Leon Thomas, for real.
Yeah, Leon
You're
Thomas.
not Frank Ocean because he doesn't drop anything.
Give him a
Not
break.
Frank Ocean.
Give him a
But I mean,
break.
but don't get me wrong, Blonde is a modern classic in the sense of like it was a renaissance of R&B, and I really was like, oh my god, R&B is gonna go in this direction, right? No, it literally didn't, and I can't believe it. And then there was like this one guy that came out this year. I'm not gonna name him. I'm not gonna say anything because if you know, you know, and he sounds like Frank Ocean,
Oh
but
yeah, I
the
know
more you listen to
exactly who you're talking about. Yep.
exactly. And the more you listen to it, the more you realize like there's so many things about Frank Ocean music that's just missing. And it just sounds like when they be like, if I walk fast enough, they'll think it's a Rolex. That's
Yeah.
literally what that song is. And it's just the song. I heard the album. The album doesn't sound like that. It's just that one song, realistically. And
No.
So what do you think? What do we think about Mariah the Scientist?
Chris Brown clone.
Mariah the
Giveon,
Scientist, no vocals. Her
Daniel
writing
Caesar.
is
You said who else?
Thoughts? I
Daniel
said
Caesar.
Daniel Caesar.
Uh, he is on the more decent side of things because he also went down the Frank Ocean line. By the way,
Giveon.
Who?
overrated.
Wait, who'd you say?
I hate his voice. Like
Giveon.
every time
Oh
I hear like an ounce of his like vocal,
man,
ugh,
Heartbreak Anniversary, and that's
ass.
it.
I
Yeah.
actually just really just like Giveon.
Dude, Giveon is super overrated, and I think it's
Very,
mainly because
very.
yeah,
It's the
I'm gonna
Drake.
give it
It's
up.
the Drake stimulus pack, man. It's the Drake. Without Drake, without that Chicago freestyle shit. Let's be real.
It's incredible how much music Drake has fucked up just by virtue of putting certain garbage artists on. I don't
Like,
was gonna say Giveon's garbage, but he doesn't add any. There's no innovation there at all. It's like what do you really? And again, I think it doesn't have to be this old almighty innovation or something like that. But I don't care about it, man. It's like it's just what it is. I mean, the albums you have the platform to now expand on whatever you've been doing. And I swear you've been making the same album for 6 years. Change it. It's the same.
What
It's the
about
same. It sounds
Fires?
What?
Brent Fires.
Mm.
He
I've never
fumbled
seen
with
somebody
that wasteland.
I've never
Have
seen
it?
somebody fall off artistically so fast.
No, but
It's so
I
wrong.
know he did, but like,
He got the vocals.
shout out
He
Brent.
just don't fucking use them.
He's not a local either. He
But
just
I
has
feel like
beats.
it's part of his marketing or something. Like, I feel like his fall off is also because of marketing or something. I don't know.
Don't blame it. The songs don't hit. He ain't writing the same.
Maybe he
But
just
to
he
be fair, he
lost
was never that good. He was always just like a potential artist, in my opinion. I feel like he just had a lot of potential. And I think
potential
he had.
artist. Oh, what?
I like it.
Why do y'all just act like that was a crazy take?
Because that's a crazy
I
take. We're
mean,
talking about
I
Fires.
like the
He had a
take.
climax.
What's the name of his album that popped off? Does anybody know here? Because I
I can
do.
name some.
Sounders?
I can name songs.
Thank you for proving my point. But I bet if we said what's the name of Frank Ocean's first album, everybody knows it, right?
Yeah. But to be fair, I started with listening to Sonder before I listened to Brent Fayez as a solo artist.
Right.
What is Sunday even? What is
It's not the duo.
Right.
We're just talking now. But it's okay. Because again, my point is proving that this man is a potential artist and people act like he wasn't, right?
No, he's
Like-
not. He's not. He's not a potential artist.
He was a potential. He had
No, you
potential.
don't. You did not get.
He
to
did
disrespect
before
Brent Fayez.
before Wasteland dropped. He was a potential artist, and then Wasteland
Oh my
dropped,
God.
and then everything went fucking downhill.
How was he not a potential artist? He was literally on his debut.
He's
That he could only
established.
have been potential or
He's
not potential.
established.
Everybody heard
He's a what?
You said what?
How can you be established with one album? Oh my god. How can you be established with one album?
Because he is. He's a Brent Fayez.
Glaze.
Just say you like his face and keep it moving. This is ridiculous.
This is Glaze.
No, I mean.
We know this is Glaze absurdities we don't have time for. The point is he's another staple of R&B going down here. Now I want to address one part about R&B that a lot of people that I bring up say this that I can't. They'd be like, well, you need to get into the underground. You need to listen to the underground, right? So I'm not gonna say names. 'Cause I'm not gonna give none of these motherfuckers no clout.
I know a few,
So-
but I know I think I know who you might be talking about. I'll
Everybody
let you
But
go
pay
off.
attention to a couple of you pay attention to a couple of Instagram accounts, they'll start posting them and stuff like that. You know what I mean? Being like, look at this R&B artist that only has XYZ followers, or these guys are gonna blow up and stuff like
The
that.
sleeping on gems
Mm.
bullshit. I know what you're talking about.
Well, like everybody needs to start somewhere, you know.
Come on, name me an underground R&B artist from Sleeping on Gems that everybody's like the next one up, and he's doing fucking nothing different.
Sleeping on gems, I feel like takes bribes or something because the amount of posts that I've seen like that,
I mean, they do, but
they have to.
Plumbing. That is my take on those guys. There are awesome plumbing certificates. There's plumbing, but the
Mechanics.
majority of degrees you can get into.
Comp sci.
This experience that you
Back
can
up the
get.
grocery.
You can so
you know, there's trades out there that we can
there's
get.
trees and
Like,
Put the fries in the
brick lane.
bag.
Wait, there's brick lane. There's concrete.
here,
I don't
here,
know.
there's
lane
this
as well.
this thing called a stud finder, right? It's
A
how you
stud
hang
finder?
up
Stud
pictures.
Mhm.
Get a
Look,
nail.
You can be a plumber, a landscaper of all kinds. You
Shit.
can be an oil rig worker. Just stop making that garbage and spare us some time in our lives. I've wasted so much time listening to those albums. You send me anything, I'll listen to it. I swear. I've wasted so much time listening to the most boring, robotic, garbage, pointless most ridiculously written songs of all time. I've heard so many songs with verses that have 3 lines and hooks that have a total of 4 words. Why are we making this? Who is listening? And then I talk to people and they say the same shit. It's a vibe. Where are you vibing? Why are you vibing this way? How are you vibing like this? It's
What are you
brain
vibing
rot.
to? Like
What
this
are you
this
fucking
TikTok
vibing?
ass music.
Yeah, it's like short attention span ass nigga music. It's like genuinely, I don't even know who, what, when, where you guys decided to start doing this, but it's like genuinely so confusing. And then there's the Chris Brown clones. There's just one guy. I'm not gonna say his name. I'll show you guys after. Again, I'm not gonna give nobody no call. I'm not even gonna let one more person know about this individual. But I've been seeing him because my cousin kept posting him, and I was like, let me see what he's got going on. Bro, this guy needs to go to the league. He's like fucking 7 foot tall,
Why he using
and
his vocals?
he has none, by the way. And his music is Chris Brown Part Two, and he's marketing himself as the new age Chris Brown. And there's so many people in this comment saying this stuff. And then I realized something. It's all a plan. This is a real industry plan. And I'm like, guys, there's some reasons. Like he's a voice actor from a couple of like TV shows, stuff like that. Like, if you know anything, you know. But I'm not trying to hate because do what you want to do. But like, this isn't like a like this isn't. There's no story behind these people. Is my point. There's no story. Chris Brown had an interesting story. When you go look at his story, that was interesting. And by the way, this is not glazed on Chris Brown, by the way. Let me detour about this. Chris Brown is garbage too, right now. And his first album was amazing. But see, that's when there was a story. That's when there was a reason. Then he got let the fade get to him and he turned into some monster, which is also a story you can have. But initially, when he started, there was an actual story, a very interesting one that had purpose, one that had reason, one that followed from where he came from, one that gave way from what was to come, and rather be negative or good. So I can respect his story, regardless of what I think about the music right now. But my God, we don't have that here anymore. It's like industry plants and fake light skids who don't have any, who genuinely do not have any bit of soul, sense, or purpose in what they're doing. And it's constant. And y'all need to stop sending me that shit. Please, please. I've heard enough. It's garbage.
Let me think of other R&B artists. Steve Lacy.
A good one. A great one.
I love him.
Yeah.
Trying to think.
Are you trying to think of good
Kalani.
R&B artists that are currently right
Or
now?
like good that like, represent the idea rather than
Oh,
wherever the funk is like going to. You,
do you guys
you
want
know,
to hear
it's getting like nasty up in here. Who?
the best R&B song nominees from the Grammys? Folded by Kehlani, Heart of a Woman by Summer Walker, It Depends by Chris Brown and Bryson Tiller, Yes It Is by Leon Thomas.
So Summer Walker, Kaylani.
Yeah.
Mm, mm, mm.
And they have a genre called progressive R&B.
It's getting stinky. Listen. Wait, they call it progressive R&B?
No, there's a new genre called progressive R&B, which
We
kind
just
of
making up. We're just pulling genres out of our ass. That's gonna
like,
that's
what
gonna
does it
be a
even
later
mean?
topic in the video. But like, who's in this progressive R&B genre?
I'll be real with you. Nobody. I mean, there are some people I recognize, but
Go
irrelevant for me to
off.
talk about.
Let us know who's in this or not.
Yeah, I don't know why you would bring it up and then not mention any of it.
Yeah. I was like,
I guess I'm just nervous of chopping their names. Like, I'm sorry. Like, if you watch this, like,
it,
So you're wasting time is what you're doing right now.
you're beating around the bush. Just fuck up the names. It's all good. We can figure it out. We probably,
okay,
so one of us has probably heard of them. Who knows?
so we have like Access All Areas by Flo, Bloom by
Ass.
Janan Bernard, Love on Digital by Destin Conrad, Come As You Are, Terrace Martin, and Kenyon
Terrace
Dixon.
Martin? That's a jazz player.
I know. Yeah, I know Terrace Martin.
Wait, keep going. After Terrence Martin? Who?
That's all I have on my list.
I heard Flo and I was like, no.
Flo, who's Flo?
So shitty group.
It's British, like they
Oh,
try to
hell
be
no.
like a
It's
Destiny's
imitation
Child.
Oh,
R&B.
They're trying
they're
to be
really
like
great.
Destiny's Child, but they're fucking like not good. Like that.
Like it's imitation crab ass music, man.
And it's three letters. I mean, they're beautiful, but damn, I don't know. You said London, and I got scared.
I
I
mean,
got
yeah.
nervous.
I didn't know that that's called progressive. Like, all right,
Like, what's that even supposed to mean?
right.
It's either you make R&B or you don't. Like,
Progressive
uh,
R&B is their way of explaining exactly what I just said earlier about making shitty pop music and calling it R&B.
call it
The
pop.
excuse
Basically
they
that.
use.
An acorn is an acorn. A spade is a spade.
Yeah, I can't really think of any notable R&B acts because I mean, SZA, Leon Thomas, Steve Lacy have probably had the most like I guess classic hits of the 2020s, right? Is that what
The
we're
best
going with?
R&B album that I've heard in the 2020s is an album called The Passionate Ones by Newer by Time.
You're right. That was the one that you when I was in DC. That was the shit.
That album is amazing, and it's actually R&B. Go listen to it. It's called The Passionate Ones by Newer by Time. Don't troll yourself. Go listen to good R&B that doesn't fucking suck.
Where'd you find where'd you find them?
I'm tapped in.
Or like how are you tapped in?
There's no one way to explain that or give you an answer to that. To be honest with you, I'm just tapped in. I don't know. I pay attention and stuff. Or nobody really sends it to me. And like people would send me when I was like somebody would send me like they're like well I didn't see him on the council. I just knew about Nerds for Time. I really don't know how I found out about him, but I did. So yeah, go listen to it.
Word. All right. This man got Saratoga water.
I was
Okay.
just saying that in my head. I was like,
Why don't you just dump that in a bowl? Put some ice in it.
I was
What do
like,
you wake up at
he's
3 in the morning?
that's so bougie.
Learn to sit back and observe. Everything doesn't deserve a reaction.
Yeah.
This motherfucker right here.
Damn. That's crazy.
I'm not going to give y'all any extra information on why I had a Saratoga bottle of water next to me.
Right.
Just know that I have it.
He makes TikToks on the low, doesn't he?
Not that.
Learn to sit back and observe. Everything doesn't
Okay,
deserve a
okay,
reaction.
alright.
I think it's just his favorite word. Performative.
Performative. Learn to sit back and observe. Everything doesn't deserve a reaction.
Everything doesn't deserve a reaction.
That's so performative, dude. You're calling it a record? You're
That could be a
performative.
topic too, bro. When eating triple, I'm gonna call you out on that one because you never go see this video. If you do, fuck you. Because music great, but nigga, that bullshit as saying a record is performative. No, dude, it's a recording, so it's called a record. What are you talking about? Honestly, I'll be honest with you. I think it's actually performative when old guys say it's a record because they're trying to separate themselves from young guys, and now we've gotten to a
Oh
point where
yeah, we got
it's like an
Ebro in the morning.
oxymoron.
We got Ebro in the morning. Hey, that last record,
Yeah,
that one,
like
that
I'm not.
one.
Don't get me wrong. I know what he was saying. I know what he's saying. Don't get me wrong. I know what he's saying. But he's saying there are some people who will go out of their way to say it. But it's not just because of their age though, because the old guys do the same thing, and then they'll back it up by saying that's what we used to call it back then. We used to call it the record that was coming out for the young cat coming out with the new record. You know what I'm saying? Shut up, bitch. Like we don't care about all that shit, bro. Like realistically, if I'm saying record, it's literally just it's not even a Freudian slip at that point. It's literally just me saying something and using a word to describe it. Sometimes I call a movie. Sometimes I call a movie a film. Sometimes I call a film a film. Obviously, it really doesn't make a difference. It's just a word that's being filled in space. I'm not changing my word for it because of my audience or nothing like that. It's just sometimes I call a song, an album, and then sometimes I call either one a record because it actually expresses both in the same, you know, context while having to separate them. The song is obviously one piece of the LP, which is another thing. And then there's the album, that is the project, the body of work. If I call a record, guess what? The album's a record because it's recorded.
It's a
The
LP.
songs are a record because it's a
It's
recording.
it's a
So it's a
LP because it's
record of
recorded.
whatever happened. It's an LP because it's a body of work that is a what? A recording.
Recording.
Guess guess how I can express both without having to bullshit. I can just say record. It works. Now I know what he's saying. There are plenty of people that just say it performatively or almost seemingly performatively because they're just saying to trying to sound like they have some authority over the conversation. Shut up. Just don't do that. But you know what? I started this by saying Triple was a bitch, but you're actually right. I just realized this because a lot of people don't do things with intention, and then you know what? That's actually a true point. So I've really realized what you were trying to get at, and you're actually right. So people are performative because people don't do things with intention; they just do shit to be performative sometimes. And I've seen that with many different topics, and maybe he's seen that with that one specifically, so I can definitely see that. But personally, I don't use it that way, so I was like, why would you just generalize 25 years? But I see he's generalizing it because that's usually where the performative nature comes from. But I personally see the opposite. I see older guys to say it to try and sound like they've been around, which is annoying.
These young cats. You ever heard the new Nas record?
The new record.
New
Like
Nas.
you can tell when they're doing it because they use like if you're using the word record 7 times in a sentence.
Because I was listening
Shut
to
up.
this record,
Then
then I
they'd be
listened to
like,
the last record, and
they'd be like,
What
then
you
was
know
that
what a
last
record
Kanye
is?
record that came? Yeah, like bro, I got a record for you. It's about
Do
to be a
you kids,
record
it about to be a
ass record
record
coming
breaker.
in.
Yeah, that's what
eh, do you kids even know what a record is these days?
You don't know what a record is? A recording, bitch. It's the same thing that you had.
But like, I guess they forget that like who our parents are and like their generation, like it's them. Like, of course we know what that is. Like, hello.
It's not a term that ever stopped being used.
I mean, yeah, that
Like
too.
it's always been a recording. I don't know why they think that it stopped being used. I don't even know. Other than like, if I'm being real with you, I think the only reason why record wasn't used as much anymore was because of you gotta see it like this, right? After vinyl records
right.
changed, you know, people start calling cassette tapes. So I
Mm-hmm.
put it in the tape deck.
People
I
started
got the tape.
calling
CDs were
CDs just
used,
CDs.
and people just say call them CDs, no matter what it is. You heard the new Drake CD, you got the new Aaliyah CD. They just call it CDs. Streams when streaming services came out, they just categorized everything as songs. If they had chosen the word records, you would hear the word more. It doesn't change that a record's a record. So if somebody uses the word, they're typically not being performative. They're just expressing it because it's a way to describe it. I mean, if you,
I don't
it's
know,
just
man.
pathetic.
Kind of performative. I don't know. What a performative.
Uh, but I could see this. There's definitely some people that are performative because they just don't do things with attention, and that's annoying.
That's a lot of people, and not just art, but like in the music itself. But like obviously the people who are like promoting said art. So like a lot of you know critics, bloggers. I'm not gonna call out names. I just seen it. TikTokers. I've been around. I'm not gonna say names. Hence the reason why a lot of this shit is kind of cringe. But we hear and that's about it. But they're like, you ever
Well,
heard
I
this
mean,
album? You heard this album before? Unreleased. Schoolboy Q. Holy shit. You ain't heard it from
unreleased
me though.
music, unreleased music, feels like spaces online are so cringe. Because you know why it's so cringe? Because those same people, and I've seen this literally, you especially see this on Twitter. I've seen this. There'll be an artist that somebody likes, and they'll say that their artist is better, the artist they like is better than another artist because of sales. Irrelevant. We know it's irrelevant. We all know it's irrelevant, right? But that's what they're going to hold on to because you can't deny numbers, obviously. So that's why they say it because it's like, yeah, but the artist you like is selling triple cardboard, and that's just that. They never
Okay.
stop to. Yeah, did you ever stop to think that when you that same person goes, and I've seen it literally, the same person. So I'm not just saying this. I've witnessed this multiple times. There will be a person, and I'll say this with Playboy Cardi. You see this a lot too. That will specifically say they all love Cardi and all this other stuff, right? And he outsells your favorite and all this, whatever jargon they want to say. And it's just so odd because then those same guys would crowd around unreleased music. That's just not selling anything. And the only few people listening to it are a bunch of weirdos that are paying $200 just to get a unfinished demo.
A leak. Shit not even mixed and
I mean,
mastered. This
yeah,
shit sounds like a
sometimes it's that
fucking
much.
stinky. Shit sounds like a stinky fart on the fucking car radio. Crazy.
Yeah, so I'm like, so do numbers matter because those songs aren't selling, or is it just overall the artist sells more, so you enjoy it that much?
Well,
That's dick riding.
the thing that bothers me about performative discourse on Twitter are the motherfuckers that be like, man, when Mike starts singing along with the sample, it's just real music right there. Like they're literally only pointing out this one whole thing, and I know for sure you don't even like listen to the music. You just point at that just to engagement farm.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah, they gravitate towards the things they feel like people would most likely mention to an
Right?
extent,
Yes.
or something along those lines. Because I mean, that is pretty performative. That could be performative.
It's very stupid.
I've seen that sample thing a lot too. Rather be, I see it with Mike the most. They're like, I mean, I see it as more like because Mike produces mostly all of what he does, so I see it as more like a producer tag kind of thing. Not that that's obviously what he's going for, but it feels that way because he so often does that.
And
And
that's
it
not
feels like,
and that's not the issue that I like. I don't have an issue of like pointing out that it's more like y'all just want to do that just so you can get some fucking extra money with your Twitter verified. You know what I mean? You
Yes.
actually like don't fucking care about it at all.
oh yeah. Well, we could talk for days about the guys that do the Twitter. They'll post that.
TikTok.
What about TikTok?
The
Yeah, I'm not on
TikTokers.
TikTok, so I don't know.
The performative TikTokers.
I never will use TikTok, so I have no clue.
I don't know either.
I feel like the music community on TikTok is just so niche, and some of them are performative, hella performative. They just be saying
Also,
shit until they get cooked on Twitter and then they have to delete it. How so? I feel like I remember Matt like telling somebody that's a performative TikToker on Twitter like something about his take being bad or something, and then he ended up deleting the tweet. I just remember him getting dragged in the comments to the
Who,
replies.
me or someone
I
else?
think I think it was you, Matt, or
Did
it
I
was
get
either
dragged?
you.
I replied to
No, you
everything,
didn't.
and
You didn't get.
sometimes I delete. Sometimes I just delete
No,
shit.
not you. You didn't get dragged. I think that you. There was a performative TikToker, and you said something about their take, or it was Aaron. It was one of yous. Um, and all I know is that they end up deleting the tweet anyways.
I remember just calling out someone saying the take was trash, and they immediately blocked me. But that's like usual on
No,
Twitter shit. So
this is a different person. But like they're really well known. And I remember seeing their come up.
so what does this have to do with TikTok, though?
They post content on TikTok. Like they're a very well known TikToker in the music community. They only use Twitter, I guess, to promote their content further or to get their takes from because they're performative.
But what performative acts are being done on TikTok is what we're asking.
Um, I just feel like they be saying stuff to say. I feel like they don't actually like the music that they're listening to or like, oh, I don't know, things like that.
So, I mean, that's purely music discourse online.
yeah,
So yeah, I can see it. Like it's like online, people just say they like things and they don't really like it. I'll tell you what really can expose these people. Start posting your most streamed songs for the year, and I guarantee you, it's not whatever you claim was your favorite most of the time. You're just saying
Which
that
you
because you
Lady
want to
Gaga.
just sound cool. Like a lot of these guys be like, "Oh my God, Billy Woods is the greatest artist ever," and they got like one stream on this album. Like you're a fucking fraud, bro. You're being weird. I see that a lot with artists like Billy Woods. Like I'm always listening to somebody like him or something like that. Um, so I know when it's most, but even then, even when somebody like me is always listening to something like that, uh, usually I'm doing it when I'm like trying to focus on something or whatever it is. So I understand that there's like not very many spaces to be listening to something more slow or like poetic in a sense like that. But you guys just flat out don't even do it, and then you claim that you do because you put it on a playlist and somehow it gets streamed because you have it in the background. But you're not actually you're passively listening to things, which is completely different than actively listening. But that's what I think it mostly boils down to with a lot of these guys. It's not even sometimes that they're not listening. I just think they do so much passive listening that it almost constitutes as not listening. Because then if you ask them, what did you take from that? Well, I just think he's just a good writer. All right, like what was written well?
why? Why? Yeah.
Why?
What
Yeah.
are like some? Yeah, and that's another thing that like kind of I don't want to say rub me away from like music content creation for a little bit. But it's like a lot of people, even in like the reaction space on YouTube, like they'll react to the music, but they won't give you a reason why, and I feel like it could be a lot more in depth. Now I'm not saying I have the most in depth reviews at all, but I feel like the articulation on one's opinion or take could be more than just oh, this is good, you know.
Yeah. I mean, but that also is what you get into when you start doing reviews day one, especially with artists that actually, write, because it's hard to find nuance so quickly, which is why, like,
I mean,
I
yeah, I
always found it.
agree because like it took me 3 years to actually like give a good articulate review on this shit. Like when I first started, these videos are fucking trash. Like I not only was like the actual technical aspect of like the edits and shit garbage, but like I couldn't tell you like why. Let's just say what was an album I reacted to back in the day, like Liquid Swords. I couldn't give you a reason on why I liked Fourth Chamber. You know what I mean? Like, I couldn't give you a reason on why I like the beat on Shadowboxing. You know what I mean? It was just like, oh yeah, this is dope. But why is it dope? You know what I mean? What you like in the beat that made it, like, stand out to you? I don't know. But that comes with over time. But there's people who definitely kind of just run with that. And I don't know. I feel like they stand on the fact that they don't really have to say much other than that.
Yeah, I mean, if you set yourself in a box of time of this album just released and you want to get the video out the quickest to be the first for the reaction, then you doomed yourself to time already because you're not going to really talk about anything. There's no way you got whatever
Yep.
you could have taken from that. No matter how nuanced or the artist is, it really just comes down to you being able to understand whatever was said or what was going on. Because it's like if I asked you guys to tell me what I said just previously, like 10 seconds ago, you wouldn't remember that shit. So not having very much time to gather your thoughts, and then plus the rush of editing all this other stuff, you just don't generally see very good takes on those videos, which is why I personally wouldn't do it because I feel like I wouldn't be doing justice to whatever it was, and whatever I said wouldn't really make much sense. It probably just would feel like I wasn't expressing myself.
Over time, I've like had albums like grow off me or grow on me more. So like my take day one is going to be totally different from, or it could not be that different, but it could be more solidified with more time with the album. So,
I mean, for sure. That's why it was funny when you look at Fantano's comments. A lot of them are like, when a bigger artist drops, you see that a lot of his new comments come and just be like, react to whatever, or drop the review for this album. And I'm like, I respect that he sits there and allows sometimes a week to grow, to sit with something until he expresses his opinions on it, because I mean, you really need some time to get everything out of it, or not even just everything, but like a baseline sometimes of what it is, which is, I don't know. It kind of comes down to what you think a review really should be conceptually. Is a review something more of a baseline of an idea on something, or is a review more of a nuanced, inherently nuanced? And so really more like a very like in-depth look at something to the point where you're getting into the weeds. Is that what a review is? I mean, kind of depends on how you look at it. Personally, for me, a review doesn't have to be too nuanced because it's supposed to draw my attention to whatever it is you're trying to get me to, inspect. And I mean, that doesn't have to be everything. You can leave some things to be desired still.
Right. Straight to the beat now. Winter's coming.
Winter's coming is the vibe, guys. So when you hear this, close your eyes. Think of the wind blowing past. Think of the cold little snipping on your face. Think of the hot chocolate and the coffee that you brew while you light the candle you love. Turn off the light. Hold your loved ones or stay alone because it's cold out here nowadays. It's cuffing season. Find you a shorty.
It's cold right out here.
Yeah.
You guys are really setting the mood here.
Could you?
Are you gonna stream it or like?
No, I thought we were doing some ASMR here. I mean, everybody was just, yapping.
Right. All right. Yeah. I'm in.
Forward production. it's safe
Cuffing
to say it's
season.
cold. It's cold outside.
Cold winter's coming, huh?
Winter
Hey,
is coming.
hey,
Grab that person you wanna.
that person.
That
That
person.
person.
Whoever comes up to your mind, just grab them. But like
Right.
respectfully, you know.
I'm gonna chase after him like this. Just scream loud
Oh hell
in
no!
the alley.
What the fuck?
What?
These are the
Is
people
that
that I work
clickbait?
with, y'all. These are the guys that I work with.
Hey.
Excuse you.
So if you ever wonder why anything weird happens, it's not because of me. I promise. Promise.
Oh, really? Really?
All the weird
Us?
shit.
PR disaster?
Sir, we heard the last album, man. Bones and all exists.
Oh, really? We gonna go there? We're gonna go there? You wanna do this right now?
I had nothing to add to that.
Anyways, winter is coming. So don't be a Grinch. And
We're not even like
I
through Thanksgiving yet, so like, hey,
I
but you
mean,
know, we
still
here.
winter is coming. It's literally
Winter's still
snowing.
coming. Is the point.
Yeah.
It is winter
So
outside already. It's fucking snowing right now. Anyways,
light up your candle.
yeah, that was episode 2, Sippin Sounds. Hope y'all enjoyed the discourse, the comments, the trolling, all of that. Yeah.
And let us
On
know
to
what
the
you
next
think.
after that. Let us know what you think. Add more into the comments, your takes on the
Like,
side,
subscribe.
of course. And yeah, we'll see y'all in the next one. Take care. Peace,
Peace.
peace.